And we are live. It's sometime in some year, someplace. I still have Medicine Head. It's Canucks with Guitars. I'm Ben. I have the super sub Terry in the house co-hosting the late night edition. Yeah, I called it a late show because I had a band rehearsal tonight, which got canceled from last night. How you doing, buddy? In the rambling entrance.
All right, just waiting for you and seeing.
Yeah, the idea, folks, was I was supposed to practice until 9:45, 10-minute drive home. You know, everything's set up. So I brought down my old computer, which I used to use, had it all set up. And then it's dropping the internet. And then it's like, I'm sorry, you can't make a video call. And it was just like, come on!
Denied.
So I ran into the other room, grabbed another computer, had Terry tell you guys, Ben's running late. Let's see, I'll do roll call here. I'm sure there's quite the chat. Jeez. All right, I'm going to scroll up as far as I can. We have Todd, a.k.a. Soda Pop, saying LOL to somebody. Guitar Hack is saying Quentin, but I don't see Quentin, but I'd imagine he's in here. We've got Thrash Metal and Fun Riffs. We've got Rick Hefner. We have Han36 Solo. I Rock the Blues. Good to see you, buddy. RJ, the Mad One. Yes. JJ's House of Jams. My brother, Brian Cote, asking where I am. I'm right here. There's Quentin James. Todd Flowers. Dan in New Jersey. Some guy named Terry. I don't know. Barefoot Mode. Brad Miller. My eyes are going cross. Mark Dillon. Gussie Wells. See ya. Alex Radford. I think I'm caught up. Denny Allen, if I missed you earlier. Sean Zimmerman. Anthony. I'm just going to call you Anthony. It's been a long day. Pork Chop SRV. Ivan Carter. Thank you. Yes, great toque.
Or simply put, welcome everyone.
Yeah, Aaron, a.k.a. Elvis Band. Brack. So, yeah. We wrapped up practice at 9:35. Hopped in the van, got here, and then chaos ensued. And here we are. We'll go probably till the top of the hour. I am pretty wiped out. Not only is my first time out and about this week, this is my first time basically out of bed this week. I've been bedridden since Sunday night. So,
jeez.
Yeah. Lungs into head, back into lungs, and not eating, just sleeping like 15 hours a day.
You know, it's funny you mention that because that's exactly kind of what has been going on with me the last 3-4 days. Is it's just like I'm tired, so I roll into bed, and it's just like that's all I can do is sleep. It's like almost like a temporary hibernation mode, and I think it's because of the damn weather that's going on throughout North America.
Yeah. It literally started the last 5 minutes or so of having Robert Baker on. I felt a slight tickle in my throat. And I thought, oh, well, you know, it was probably just, you know, a lot of talking, you know, just whatever. Within a couple hours, I'm like coughing, going, okay, that's more than a tickle. It's a little irritated. And then full on Monday morning, I could barely breathe. It was like I was literally going all day. You know, it was like almost like an asthma attack.
Yeah, like even myself, I've had some like trickling crud in the back of my throat, back nasal passage too. Like, I mean, it's crazy. But I mean, like when you're talking between 20 to 40 degrees, temperature change from cold to hot,
Exactly.
flip-flop.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be warming up.
I couldn't believe how warm it is. Well, driving home, it's still above freezing here.
Yeah.
You know, like walking through puddles, you know. Which I was just like, of course, you're like, man, this is glorious weather. Now, if it's the exact temperature in May, we're going, damn, this is cold.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Zach. Good to see you. RJ says we have the curse because we should have thumbed up his video. How do you know we didn't thumb up your videos? Which actually, I haven't gone around to watching your the last video. Was it Guess the Sound? I was going to, but I've got so much medicine head going on. I'm like, I don't know. It all sounds the same to me.
Would you prefer us to thumb down the video then instead?
No, couldn't do that.
Which that will be changing soon.
Yes, I like the 3-step process they were talking about. Like, if you want to thumbs down a video, it's a 3-level thing. It's sort of like, are you sure you want to? Are you really sure?
Yeah, that's going to be the interesting thing. And for people that haven't heard, one of the things that Google themselves, or more so I should say, I guess, YouTube, is they themselves are working on a process to prevent the fraudulent thumbing down of videos. And it's like they've given a couple solutions. One is one that it will force the user to actually watch your video, like half your video before you actually, half the video before you can actually comment, or even, well, not sure about comment, but more so thumb down the video. Another instance, if you try to thumb down a video, they're going to make you ask you 3 times in a row why you want to do it before allowing you to thumb down the video. And the other option that is out there is, again, totally doing away with the thumbs down. So, I mean, the trolling people out there and crap disturbers that are thinking that they're going to be able to get away with this, I wouldn't be surprised in like the next, like, probably 3 to 6 months, we don't start seeing a change to that.
Right. It's like Brad Miller says, I like the idea. If you do a thumbs down, you should have to say why. I always tell people, like I've said that in my videos, like if you're going to thumbs down, please leave a comment as to why. Because let's say, I do a 5-minute review on this pedal. Okay. Are you thumbing down the fact you don't like the pedal? Are you thumbing down maybe my playing in the video? Because maybe my guitar was out of tune or something. Maybe you're thumbing down me because you don't like me personally, or maybe you're thumbing down the production quality of the video. Like there's 4 reasons right there. Because something like production quality, hey, you can work on that. Playing, of course you can work on that. You simply don't like the pedal.
Yeah.
Why'd you watch? Or if you don't like me personally, I don't even know why you're watching me, but
Yeah, and I mean that's it. I mean,
hey,
unreasonable thumbing down.
We got a bunch of people jumping in. I don't know how many people are watching since Hangouts is taking away various things, but thank everybody that's tuned in on this later edition. Please leave a thumbs up if you're into leaving thumbs ups.
We have 46 people out there watching us.
Wow.
Thank you very much. 19 thumbs up and 3 Tim Hortons down.
Okay. 3 Timmy's lovers. Oh, wait. Some people actually like Timmy, so 3, I always say, you know what? Since it's Canadian, I usually say Zima, but 3 Lakeport lovers.
3 old Milwaukee lovers?
Old Milwaukee. Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Pabst Blue Ribbon. I can't remember if I did have that yet. I think I did actually buy some just to try it, and it wasn't too bad.
I drank half a PBR once.
Yeah, down in the States there, you probably would have run into stuff like that.
It's more in Canada.
Yeah, true enough.
3 moose heads.
Oh, God, moose head.
Well, we can make it the ultimate. 3 votes for Elsinore.
Or 3 schooners. That was one of the first beers that I drank when I was young.
Yeah, Coors Light. Yeah. See, I don't mind Coors Light in the U.S. It does taste, it's very similar, but there is a very slight, well, because it's different water used, I think.
Brewed from the fresh water.
See, yeah, we can't make Hack happy. He likes Moosehead and he likes Tim Hortons.
Oh, God.
You, Pepper? What does that say about you? No. And congrats on the new guitar, by the way. Since it is a guitar show. Anything new and exciting with you recently in the guitar world, Terry?
Not much other than I got the Stratocaster finally done, and
Right.
it's been an interesting adventure with the extra slinky cobalt strings on it,
Oh, yeah.
which is the 8/38 gauge. So it's like really, really, really light. I thought like that would have a hard time with it. And to be honest with you and anyone else out there who's watching and listening, I really honestly don't feel a very big difference. The last video I did, I actually had people kind of digging the tone I had coming out of the Stratocaster.
Yeah,
And
it was very Stradalicious.
yeah, so I mean, like, to me, I'm finding that with the lighter strings, I'm not seeing a big tone difference, but where I am seeing the difference is definitely in the bending.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
If you're not if you're not heavy-handed and heavy-fingered in string bending, and you have pretty good control with bends and that, those light strings are just beautiful to play on.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been playing with 9s the last few years, and I love it. Now, I've lost a lot of muscle as a result. Like, like playing 11s now, I'm like, forget about it.
Yeah. So I said, even the one
So the Fox comment.
Yeah. Hey, Terry's mic sounds better. No Aaron Neville mic tonight.
Well, that's your new mic, isn't it?
Yes.
God,
again, like I said, the difference is again, to put them side by side, you can't really see it a whole lot of difference.
Near, far.
But basically, like, there's that substantial difference between the two. And the big thing is with the 5200 here is the fact that this one, there's only like, I don't know how big you could say that is, like,
right,
not even 3/4 of an inch or something like that, maybe, is the diaphragm in it. So it was always relatively easy.
right.
And the problem with this is, again, I've got the preamp on the Behringer turned up to about 2/3, so it's given it enough kind of boost,
right,
to give it enough power. And on top of that, this has like a 1.1 inch diaphragm to it. So I figured, I'm getting better with it. Not to mention, I have it closer to my mouth, so the diaphragm is picking it up better as well. So many things.
Yeah. Scott Nickerson says he's about to try his new Friedman Wah. I'd be curious to know how that sounds. I didn't get a chance to try one at NAMM.
Yeah, that would be
at NAMM, though.
Yeah.
Exactly, Hack. 9s are like hot sauce. I put that shit on everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've had everything from probably, well, between acoustic and electric.
I think I got 9 through 42s on mine. Maybe they're 9 through 46s on the Les Paul, because I haven't changed them. Now that we're back up to standard pitch, I'm dropping down to 9 through 42 across the board. I was using 9 through 46 when we were down a half step. Yeah. Which, again, then when you go from open G tuning on top of that, so then it's like, what, open F sharp? With 9 through 46 is rather slinky to have a slide over it,
Yeah. I think that's the other thing too with the lighter gauge. I've actually have done the half step down on the Strat as well.
Nice.
So it's E flat. So again, that makes it even more slinkier than what it already is.
Oh. Everyone's commenting on the various screen. Oh, see, I can't even talk.
Too slinky for me, Dan of New Jersey says. Yeah. No, that's true, but
everyone weigh in on your choice of strings. How about that?
Yeah, we'll let Ben have a little.
From our singer. What a great night. So thankful for you guys. Heart, heart, heart. There you go.
And what did she bring for a tray of goodies this time?
Nothing.
Well,
I know. Well, no, she did offer to bring pizza, but since today is the first day I've actually really ate, like, I've dropped a fair amount of weight this week because literally I was eating like a peanut butter sandwich each day, and that's it.
That's not
I could barely keep down water. So, yeah, so I'm pretty tired and my brain is fried, so
maybe
Steve gave you something. I'm going on pure adrenaline at this point. So yeah, like today is the first time out of the house, and then playing. My hands basically gave up by about 9 o'clock. We were doing near the end of the night. The Traveling Wilburys Rattled. I don't know if you know that. It's a rockabilly shuffle, and so I do these rockabilly solos in it. And there was more dead notes than actual notes because I'm fretting one string and hitting another and just cringing. And the guys are like, "You're getting tired, aren't you?" I'm like, "Dude, I am beyond tired." So, but we got to get our singer ready because we're gigging in a little over a week. So,
wow, it's already a week away.
Yeah, it's like March 2nd's coming up fast. Like, we were practicing from noon until 6 on Sunday, and then I think next Wednesday from 6 until 10. So,
yeah, it seems a lot of people that are playing in bands are starting to get out and do some band stuff.
Well, you don't want to gig in January and February. It's too freaking cold.
Well, I would imagine that is probably true for sure, especially if you are lugging around a bunch of heavy equipment.
Yeah, well,
heavy guitars.
Like, you don't want to be trudging through a few inches of snow with possibly ice underneath it. You're carrying an 80-pound amp, and I don't weigh much more than 80 pounds. It's like you're going down. And of course, and I've done it. Like, I'd be carrying a guitar and slip in ice. And what's your Mia thing? Hold the guitar like an infant and fall under it.
Break your back.
Like, a broken bone will heal. I can't afford to replace the neck on my Les Paul.
So I was just going to say, there were so many Les Paul neck snaps. Makes you wonder how many of them were Canadian owners.
Yeah. Or the fact that just turning your gear inside back in the day would check the paint because the nitro, even through the case, would just boom, boom, boom. Or if the stage in the bar is anywhere near the door, as soon as someone opens that door to go inside or out, your guitar goes out of tune from that rush of cold air. And then of course the crowd's like, "Hey, you guys suck." Well, stop going outside for smokes every 2 minutes and we'll be able to keep our gear in tune.
Yeah, exactly.
And since it's now the bottom of the hour, should we do an opening? Because an unopening is a closing.
Well, you are the host, Ben.
All right. Well, I got this in the mail today from a mutual friend of ours, Terry.
Uh-oh.
China Mike.
Oh, nice.
And you may recall, folks, if you followed the ChinaGuitar Sceptic, he recently built a rock board pedal board. Compliments of Toman. Yep. And he had a few extra little patch cables. So he said, "Hey, who wants a patch cable?" And for giggles, I said, "I'll take one. If you're going to mail a patch cable all the way from the UK."
That actually would be crazy.
Oh, wow. Hang on. What do we got here?
Uh-oh.
No, I got a note.
Dear Ben, it was nice to send you this patch cable and talk with you the other day. Love, China Mike.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll read. We've got a letter here. "Hey Ben, I'm guessing that this will not have beaten you home from Nam, brother. So no doubt I will have spoken to you and said how much I enjoyed your content and live streams from California, brother. We got to thank JJ for that too, because he was my partner in crime. Let's see. Congrats on being one of the first 3 to respond after the competition. Your cable is enclosed, and I hope you find a good use for it. Of course, it'll be going on a pedal board right away. Congrats. Oh, let's see. I read that part. My buddy Rick had a slight slip. Okay. I'm not reading that part. Of course. Yep. Anyhow, congrats on good things happening to you. They're all well deserved. Loved and best wishes from the UK. China Mike. Yeah, there was another little part there that's. I went, whoops. Yeah. So, check out how small this thing is.
Oh, wow.
And inevitably, whenever I build a pedal board, there's always one little spot where you can't quite reach, like wedge in overlapping. So, wow. Yeah, that's cool. And it's a rock board by Warwick. German cable. Cool.
Das German. Ja.
That's good. Thank you, China Mike.
Not to be confused with a Henning. Mato!
Wow. Oh, we shouldn't have done that.
Oh, well, have to entertain the folks watching out on the internet.
Now back to our regularly scheduled program. Need to move to Arizona. Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, that reminds me. Did you play that MP3 that I sent you?
I haven't had a chance. We have a news update. Scott Nickerson was going back, not switching properly, not impressed.
Oh. You was not impressed with the
Brack, anyone have a solderless DIY patch brand they like? Oh, there's one. Is it George something?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, it's decent. Although I really like those ones that Dan Steinhardt uses, but they're not cheap. They look nice though.
Anything solderless usually isn't cheap, so it's like, in my case, I haven't bothered with anything solderless, so I can't give much feedback on
I've
that.
used, just looking off the top of my head, we have, my current favorites were the MXR ones, because they use the old school pancake, so they really cut down a lot on the depth.
Yeah.
Of course, then you have the molded ones that everybody starts out with because they're like $2 a piece. And then I've got a few of the Fender style, but these things, with the heat shrinking, they're really a hassle to use.
Yeah, they do kind of look bulky.
They're very bulky. And then I have Ernie Ball ones that Chad Tobin sent me. Those are on my practice board. Yeah. Man, I cannot think tonight. Wow, my brain is... The Donner ones are okay, but very reliable. Okay. Welcome, Joe Rinaldi. Jeff Harper, good to see you. And I saw 802 Blues in here. A few others. Thanks, everyone, for stopping in. So if you guys have any questions, I'll try to answer. Have any questions for Terry? I'm sure he'd have a better chance of answering because I'm sure he's more clear-headed than I. But ow. I can't believe my voice actually held out all through practice. I was singing so much tonight, I couldn't believe it.
Maybe you got some Fisherman's Friends lozenges.
No, it was gulping down ginger ale after every song.
No doubt. No, it's funny. The reason why I say the Fisherman's Friend lozenges is because there's been a big campaign of that going back on TV lately. Todd, actually, if you look here over my shoulder,
there it is.
You can see Han's face popped up from the edge of my couch. He's now keeping my back nice and warm while I sit on my
Hey, Rick Hefner. Let's see. Four Wall says, Terry, you're a trip, man. Yeah, he is. Pork Chop, are you doing new songs with your new singer? Eventually we will allow her to bring a few songs to the table, but right now, because of the time crunch, like literally she had a month over the course of a month, she has to learn 3 sets of material for the first show. And then we're doing 4 sets 2 weeks after that. So basically, the idea is she needs to ramp up with what we already have down pat. And then, excuse me. And then from there, we'll look at, because then we have a little bit of a break, I think, of a month or so again between gigs. I can't even remember. I'm sure I have them listed, excuse me, somewhere. Wow, now I get whiplash from burps. Hey, Vincent.
That'd be wild.
Yeah. Great quote from Strange Brew. Oh, these burps are giving me whiplash, eh?
So Scott Nickerson is saying, to be more exact, I question the durability of the pedal. Makes it sound like it's built like a Dan Electro or a Behringer pedal.
Yeah.
Or the dreaded Ibanez Sound Tank series, as Fluff pointed out that one time.
Yeah. Or the mini Dane Electros that were plastic, or the Behringer pedals.
The Filet-O-Fish. Some of those names of those pedals.
Yeah.
The tuna melt.
The Hans poster was Tupac.
What? Oh my god. Oh wow.
Keep making statements like that. We'll make them pee in a cup for testing.
Jeez, Todd, are you sure you're not robo-tripping like Ben is?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Tupac.
Brack. And that's why I walked right there, the authentic Bob and Doug quotes. Well, when you grew up on that movie.
God. You said pee. Okay. Yes, most human beings do pee. Unless you happen to be on dialysis, then you don't pee.
Better study. Jeez, yeah, I could do a whole show on that.
Brain cote. Oh my god. Oh, let's see. Hey, Terry, I didn't know that was Han.
It's the gambler himself, Dan Sullivan, in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well.
Oh.
Of course, Scott Nickerson. Scott says he's got a Zach Wild crybaby wah, and it's tough as nails. Well, it has to be with a bloody Viking. Yes, Paul. Paul's asking, Ben, does your singer get to use a music stand for lyrics? Yeah, we told her, you know what? Richie's always kept one handy just in case he forgets. But yeah, we told you, you're new. Go for it. Now, 6 months from now, I'd like to hope that she's got everything memorized. But then again, I'm terrible at remembering lyrics too.
Just to show people, it's like a fleece throw. There we go. Look, I'm Han Solo. Get out of here, Luke. Luke.
Oh, ooh. A gear-related question. That's good to hear, Dan, by the way. Vincent asks, hey, Ben, what delays do you use? I use 2 on my main board, although there's only 1 on it right now because I need to get a 3rd delay. Just to have one up, because I have a separate pedal board I just leave at Rich's all the time. And, hey, Jimmy T, watching but can't hear because jamming. Fair enough. Yeah, so I use a MXR carbon copy most of the time because it's a single kind of a slap back type thing. and that's currently on my practice board. And then once in a while, especially for anything from the 80s, I like to use a digital delay with a couple or a few repeats. And for that, I use a Boss DD3. But it was funny because this week, one of the things was I was kind of searching around the internet for a good cheap analog delay that I could buy just to throw on my practice board. And sure enough, Josh from JHS Pedals puts out the video today. 10 delays for under $100. And I'm like, all right, let's watch this. Interesting, the Wazacraft delay, you know, for the analog delay, the Wazacraft version, it's only like $100 US. So I'm really thinking about getting one of them. Thrash metal. Anyone seen Kenny Rogers' movie Six Pack? Dude, I own a copy of that. Are you kidding me? Kenny Rogers in NASCAR? Pfft, how could I not?
My sound. Oh, no, my sound is back. That's weird. I thought it was out.
Well, welcome, Jimmy T, even if you can't hear anything. I had a jam.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
What do you think of Rest? Did I miss something there, Sean? Is that like a follow-up to something? Everyone's talking about Six Pack. With a very young Diane Lane in it, as I recall. It's about the only people I remember from the movie. Starchild. Starchild. So, Paul Stanley reference? How's it going, Ben? What do you recommend for playing in tough apartment and neighbor situations due to volume? I was thinking about a set of high-quality headphones hooked up to my amp. For apartment use, you can't go wrong with a modeling amp. Because you can get cool tones at bedroom volume. Or less than, whisper volume even. Would you say, Terry? Like, like the Viper. It can go pretty darn quiet and still sound decent.
Yeah, the Viper, plus you have the ability, if you have the PC, and I believe Mac as well, you can go through the USB like I do and record it directly or listen to it directly in headphones. Again, when you want to do something like that, you, again, definitely want to get a good set of headphones like these over-the-ear Sennheiser ones.
Yeah.
That have a nice 50 millimeter driver, or if not, in at least a 40, and that will be able to recreate your bass that you want, as well as give you clarity. The Sennheiser headphones you can get in the low 100s, low 100 US range. Other brands like Audio-Technica also make a very good one, also in that $80 to $100 range. There are some others out there. The ones I would not recommend looking at is anything to do with gaming, unless you're doing dual purpose, like you're doing gaming and so forth.
I generally go for full range headphones myself because I also use them for mixing and stuff like that. Like if I buy one pair of headphones, they gotta do everything for me, and that includes mixing an album essentially.
Yeah, and that's how a lot of the people like Ryan Bruce and them, that's what they all say. They don't do anything unless it's a full-size kind of can or over the ear.
Yeah. Okay, Sean Zimmerman was okay. I understand now. The other pedals in that Josh Scott video, I liked that weird Japanese thing, the blue one. I kind of dug the Ibanez with the push down buttons to lock them in. It had a decent sound, and I like the idea of being able to do that, so I'm not moving them. It's one thing I move the dials on an overdrive. I can dial it back in pretty close, and an overdrive doesn't have to be perfect for me. But a bloody delay, my God, if I move one knob a hair, it's half an hour getting it back. I swear.
But again, to kind of get in on like what that last question was about, I mean, you can look at modular combos like the Boss Katana,
the
Boss Katana Mini.
Those Yamahas, like Mitch has.
Yep, the Yamaha THXs, The
there's a lot of them. They can go down to almost whisper volume.
And you know, and if you really want to step up and really step up your game, you could also look into, say, a Line 6 Helix XT, or more so the LT. That's a little bit more cheaper. You know, it's funny because, again, more and more when I think about it, in like wanting another solution besides the Viper,
right,
it's just gotten even more insaner out there with modelers, like even more coming out with that GE 300. But the thing that's crazy about that,
just because we got Brian Landreth. See, I can't even say people's names tonight. Just waving at guys playing a blues gig tonight. I want you to kick some tail, Brian. Thanks for jumping in. That's awesome. I'm Hook TV. Hello, first time here. I hit the thumbs up. Awesome. And I just want to say, if anyone else is new watching, please, if you dig it, subscribe. Closing in on 1,000 subscribers, which has been crazy. So I appreciate it. And we have Johnny Beane in the house.
Yes, welcome, Johnny.
Now back to what you were saying, Terry, before I rudely interrupted you.
You know,
it's like it's my show or something. Christ.
Yeah, like I was saying, there's just so many solutions between modelers, floor modelers, software, which of course, you know, like Steve from Boston is TH3
it's
or whatever.
Virtual. Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, there's lots of options. The biggest thing for me, and here's what you have to remember in the way of the software stuff is, again, going to my techie geeky side here for a moment, is you have to have the processing power and the system to actually do it. And in that case, you know, in some instances, like the Apple stuff that runs on, you know, there are programs that run on like the Apple iPod or iPad or whatever else. Those are competent, but
Lando just had a perfect Lando type comment. Steve's from Boston?
No, Steve's from Canada, eh? But yeah, if you have a decent enough, more modern computer, running a lot of the software stuff is perfectly fine. The only thing that you might want to look at investing in is if it has onboard sound, which in the case of onboard sound, you'll know because at the back of your computer where you plug in your keyboard and mouse, you'll plug in your little headphone jack type components into the back of that same piece on the back of the computer. If your audio all comes from that, that's onboard sound. And in the case,
I've got a TR10 and it's great in the bedroom, and Lando's like, too much information.
Oh God.
I expect a comment like that from you, Terry. And hello to Blank Palette. Excuse me. And welcome, Justin Cox. Distortion pedal with a dead battery. Great tone coupled with a first act amp. Yeah.
Oh,
get that old blues tone. Oh. And again, folks, I apologize. I'm still getting over a wicked, wicked sickness. I'm hanging in there. So we'll go a little bit longer, but if you guys have any questions, definitely ask away. I think I saw something about whatchamacallit, there's like almost 60 people watching now or something. That's crazy. Poor well, Ben, gotta quit the vaping. Oh, it's not the vaping, dude.
59 watching, 40 thumbs up.
Yeah. No, actually, it's funny you mentioned the vaping, though, and nothing good or bad is, so usually I get a little over a day on a set of batteries. I have vaped, like everything. I haven't been eating. I've just been sleeping. I put these batteries in on Monday, and I'm still at 68% battery life. Like, I usually fill this tank about 4 or 5 times a day. It's like, I topped it up this afternoon, and I topped it up again just because I knew I was going to be live and I have a chance to hit it more. Hey, Dogpa, you made it. Yes. Delayed in Anthrax. No, it's going around everywhere. My dad's sick. My sister's not feeling well. She messaged me as well. That cough borders on a cup metal mic singer. Yeah, I could, worst case, go front a metal band and sing like the Cookie Monster or something.
See, here's my cookie. That's good enough for me.
What was it? Ryan from RNA did something like that. That was hilarious. He did some type of metal thing, and he was saying like Cookie Monster metal or something like that.
Yeah.
C for cookie. That was hilarious.
Yeah. Blank palette vaping is pretty dangerous. There must be explosions, death. That is generally people use what they call mech mods, which means they don't have the regulated circuitry in them. Basically, it's you fire it, it hits the batteries full power at the device with no safety circuitry or anything. This thing, if I put the batteries in backwards, it'll just not work. You put the batteries in backwards in one of those and hit it, it will explode. That's the one thing most media, because they don't bother delving into what exactly. It's sort of like, you know, like, oh, that guy was driving 300 miles an hour. Well, he wasn't driving a Honda Civic, you know, stock out of the showroom. You know, they're driving something, whatever, you know. Excuse me. But I do appreciate the concern from everybody. You're 69 subs away from the golden 1,000. Yeah, I think I saw that earlier today. I knew it was in around 9:30. It goes up, it goes down. I think it was up to 9:35, then it goes down to 9:25. Nice, Sean. 67 Vox, Clyde McCoy signature wah. Yeah, they're cool.
Believe it or not, you can actually buy a modded circuit to actually throw that into any of your wahs. Joe Gainan actually sells the kit. Him and his son actually build them. And I've already priced one out. It's about 110 Canadian off of eBay.
Nice. No, you're more than welcome, Dan. Yeah, Dan, you got a nice unit too. Oh, excuse me.
But yeah, like I was saying, like an external sound card to improve your computer is only going to cost you like $20-$40 to get a good one. Unless you really want to go balls out, then you can spend like $100.
Anyone try an Effect Road Blackbird preamp pedal? No, that's the next rabbit hole I'm going to get down is preamp pedals. Because you stack them and start gain stacking with preamp pedals. It's similar to stacking overdrives, but they do have a different breakup. You know, their own unique beast. You know, like you have fuzzes, distortions, overdrives, and then just preamps. They are their own unique little deal for whatever reason.
Brian Cote. It's funny. I sent Brian a link on Facebook because there was somebody on Kijiji here in my area, which would be also Brian's area, selling a sewer Strat with a humbucker in the bridge.
Oh, right.
And then Brian like says, "Oh, thanks, but I just got a Friedman Vintage S."
Yeah, and congrats, Brian. And I heard watching, brother. Thanks, Aaron. Oh, and by the way, and I keep forgetting to do this. Everyone, please check out Brian Cote's channel. He's been going live the last few Mondays, and unfortunately, I missed half of them live. But amazing stuff. The guy does a great job production-wise. Plus, he's entertaining. He's knowledgeable. He's really raised the bar. Like, we were joking at band practice. I keep the bar so low it's buried in the ground. But Brian's definitely raised the bar. He does some amazing stuff. So if you haven't already, please check out Brian Cote's channel and subscribe to him. And I need to get you on sometime, Brian, and we can talk about stuff. We could talk about... See, I can't even think. Yeah, you need to come on sometime so we can, like, talk about stuff. You know, stuff.
Yeah, so you like need to come on so we can like talk about stuff in that, eh?
Yeah.
Maybe have some beers, eh?
We could like wobbly pops and talk gear. Oh, that sucks, Johnny. He had a nice tube preamp, but lost it in the last move. That and SM57. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, Lando, stuff is the best. More than welcome, Brian. You deserve it. You got great stuff.
Yeah, you're right, Ben. He should get some more recognition.
Well, like, I'll be tuning in. I'm like, why is there not 150 people watching this? Like, it's that good. You know, I think he's YouTube's best kept secret right now.
Next best thing since sliced bread.
All right, I think we'll go longer because it took us so damn long for me to get started tonight. So,
sure.
Yeah. So yeah, as long as you're good with it. So, I'm starting to get a little tireder because I was already tired, but I don't care. Is there a trem pedal, and what is the best way to get an 80 sound with a sustain and rubbery bend type flexibility? Now, are you talking tremolo or vibrato? Because vibrato does the pitch shifting as opposed to a tremolo is just like a volume in and out.
I always thought trem was tone, vibrato was volume.
It depends on if you're talking to Leo Fender, because he messed that up backwards.
I guess it's the same thing as saying a tremolo.
That's actually tremolo, you know? And then he has a tremolo bar, which is actually a vibrato bar. Yeah. Hey, Rick Romanelli's in the house. One of my favorite players in the world. My God, sultry. I think I mentioned that to him the other day. My God, the guy plays over a track. He finds the right mode to play in, and it's just the tastiest licks, and he's got some of the best vibrato. Tasty. Just tasty. Sorry, Rick, I'm fanboying on you. Well deserved, buddy. Like, you should be doing like Steely Dan covers, like, but like in the theater level, you know, like your 800 seat theaters where classic albums live. Go, Rick.
Stop. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. Spoken like a true guitar player. You know, that's sort of like, but enough about me, Terry. What did you think about my album?
By the way, we hope Rich is having a nice nighty-night sleep right now.
Yeah. Well, I mentioned to him, the idea was we were either going to go live at like 10 o'clock tonight or, hey, Lionheart, or 7 p.m. tomorrow. But it turns out he had a jam session scheduled for tomorrow night. And he's like, dude, I'll be way too tired after practice. So I was like, okay. So that's when, as soon as I heard from him on that, wow, I'm losing my voice here. Excuse me. Then I immediately messaged Terry because I want to give enough lead time for one. Because if Terry has plans, then I'd be like, okay, who else would be available? You know, because I was thinking, I could do it a solo show, but you know, am I going to be wound up adrenaline-wise from band practice, or am I going to be dead on my feet and go, okay, Terry, just talk? You know?
Never hurts.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you know, we've got a good cast of characters to rely on for stuff like that. So,
cast of characters,
characters and ne'er-do-wells, right?
Why, thank you very much. I am one of the characters here for Connects with Guitars.
Talking about various parts of wah that can wear out. Yeah, those pots can wear out over time. Switches, definitely, because you, especially in the crybaby style, because you're stomping on those things quite often.
Yeah, wah. You're always doing that. You're going.
Or we'll have one screen of Ben sleeping, the other screen is Terry talking. I have a chance. Oh, and let's see here. I have a chance to pick up a Squier Strat SC for cheap. Thinking of getting it to mod. Anyone have experience with them? See, the SC is throwing me off. Like, I know a Squier Strat is a Squier Strat.
This person here does.
Oh, well, there you go. Talk away, Terry, because I only own one Strat, so and I'm not a Strat guy. Before you do, Hack is headed out. He says, "Cashing out, folks. Have a great night. Cheers,
Hack.
brother. We'll talk to you in the soons." And I got to check out Hack's show from earlier tonight. Go ahead, Terry.
Sure now.
Yeah, while I hack, while you try talking.
And have a sip of something to help with the throat.
Yeah,
so, anyways, getting back to what Lionheart has asked in regards to the Squire Strat SEs. Well, in regards to the Squire Strat SEs, there's one thing you also have to take into consideration. There are various levels of them. And that is a very big thing. Because depending on the year, like, I mean, if you're talking a like 10-plus-year-old Squire Strat SE, like beyond, say, 2002, nah, that's kind of iffy. But if you're talking any of the Squire Strat SEs anywhere from 2002 onward, they are actually a very good modding platform as what you're are asking. In my case, if you actually go on my channel and you search through my back videos from, I believe it is last year, I actually had a Arctic White one that I actually used as my first refret. And also at the same time, from my research, you can take them. Okay, 2005 SE. Yeah, that should be good.
That's decent.
Yeah. And also the ones that you get out of the start playing packs as well. Those are very good ones as well. Getting back to what I was saying, what you can do with those SEs is, even though the bodies are a little bit thinner than, say, even the classic vibe Squires, you can actually, if you search around on eBay or wherever else, you can get a
Brian, kick some tail.
You can get parts from a made in Mexico Stratocaster. Including the pick guard, the trim, the tuners, and you can take all that stuff and slap it into an SE and basically have an upgraded SE, especially if you like the made in Mexico pickups.
All right.
Myself, so, I'm not a big fan of them.
Asking a bunch of people to ask for him, apparently. Thrash, you could ask me yourself. However, like the title of the show says, it's a talk show. I'm not going to play. And I'm not being derogatory. Honestly, this hand is effed. I did 3.5 hours of playing right before going live. My hands are done, dude. But yes, Matt Duffy was asking. It is a Kramer. Oh, goddamn, getting sore. Generally, I only play Thrash when it's just me on the show. If I got people on, I don't play. Because I want to hear people talk. It's a talk show.
You're welcome, Lionheart.
Gotta go. Great show. So, yeah, I always thought this was an 85, but I was recently told or corrected by Johnny Beane that this is, in fact, a 86. I always got to look. Kramer Focus 6000 with a bunch of fingerprints on it, which I just noticed. No, it's okay, Soda Pop. So, yeah. Duncan JB in the bridge. Duncan Designs, essentially, in the middle of neck. German Floyd. D-Tuna, of course. And it's not a floating Floyd. Now, we were having a debate on this. Thrash was saying, like, we were talking about, what was it? Cheddar was looking at Ibanez yesterday. And I said, like, I'd have to put a trim stop in it. He's like, well, you can't put a trim stop in it. It's like, but I like using a D-Tuna, and you can't use a D-Tuna on a floating Floyd. So you need a trim stop. And besides, I only ever go forward anyway. I never need to pull back. And hell, I don't use the wiggle stick a whole lot anyways. Just a little perfect. Same way you would on I don't know, like with a fulcrum trim. Hey, Chris. Rough Cut Taker. Is that the band Rough Cut and a song Taker? So, yeah, not floating soda pop. So, this thing's due to get serviced. So, yeah, the wiggle stick.
Not to be confused with other sticks.
Yeah, the next time I pull the strings off, you know, the fretboard's going to get conditioned. I'm going to pull the bridge pickup out just to double check that it is a JB. And also, I'm going to pull the trim off and pull off the one plate that's a tone sucker that Rob Johnson was talking about a few weeks ago on Johnny's channel. And it's probably going to be getting a brass block sooner than later, too. So, because I got to get on the phone with Adam Reaver, because I got to put in an FU tone order anyway, so you might as well get a brass block while I'm get it.
Sean Zimmerman.
Rash.
It's always a wiggle stick. It's there to wiggle.
Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, I fell in love with this. I found this last June at Sweetwater's Gear Fest event. And yeah. I think I picked it up quite cheap. I got quite the deal on it. So get some stainless hardware too. Titanium blocks for it. They're eventually going to get... Eventually it's going to have the whole FU tone deal eventually, you know, but that ain't cheap, right? Oh, Rick Romanelli asks, my little Vox Pathfinder up there, that was, if you may recall, Richie went into Vox territory last year doing a bunch of mods. So that was a Vox Pathfinder that's now a Vox Pathfinder head only with the... was it the treble boost circuit he added to it, and then he picked up right there, that was a gutted AC15 that somebody took the amp out of, so basically it's a 112 cab, and so you plug that into that for your Voxy goodness, but I plugged my Marshall into that Vox cab, and I love it because it's a Celestion speaker in it. That Kramer looks pretty metal. I think it looks pretty glam rock myself, pretty rock and roll.
Metal.
Hey, Showman, how you doing? I'm on the mend. Hey, Guitar Pit. Yeah, those Pathfinders are cool.
We probably got a whole bunch of people watching because, you know, you're on later. So people are now freed up.
Stainless hardware over the black is nice. Doesn't help tone, but looks good. Yeah. Glam Sham. Hey, I love my Glam soda pop. Speaking of which, I saw the trailer to the Motley Crue movie today. It's going to be out March 22nd on Netflix. Yeah, Ben loves to stream when I'm trying to cook. What are you doing cooking dinner at 10:15 at night? I would have been on earlier, but I had rehearsal, unfortunately. Well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, because I love rehearsing with those folks, but God, hands are just on fire. I hadn't picked up a guitar since Sunday, and then 3.5 hours I've blown off most of the calluses, and eek. So I'm going to make a point of playing some guitar each day over the next few days, because if I'm playing 6 hours on Sunday, forget about it.
Yeah, that's probably a bit... Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was debating, because I don't know if I have a guest lined up for Sunday. I was thinking I was going to just do some playing, but if I'm doing a 6-hour practice, I'm not going to play Sunday night. So, Brian Cote, if you're watching, do you want to come on Sunday night at 8 o'clock and do a hangout? I just thought I've been meaning to have him on. And Rick Romanelli, too. I would invite you, Terry, but you're going to be on 1 tonight and 2 the next Sunday anyways for the round table.
Yeah. I'll say like from Raw and the one character. The one guy, he goes to the other guy, "Where were you?" And the other guy looks at him. "Seriously, are you nuts?" He goes, "Eh." And then he walks off.
Yeah, so Rick, if you're interested, you can connect with me either through YouTube or actually better if you email me at the email down below. And I think I'm friends with Brian on Facebook, so I'll hit him up because Todd's saying I don't think he's here anymore. So I'll hit up Brian on Facebook at some point.
Let's see here. Lionheart White Mane asks, are there any better options for Strat type guitar to mod better than an SE would be? Well, again, depending on where you're located, another option for a better guitar than a Squier Strat SE would again be the Squier Classic Vibe series. Those are definitely another one, again, that will take made in Mexico or Chinese parts as well. Yes, as Brack Subfield says, the Squier Deluxe series.
We'll set something up, Rick, sooner or later. Sounds good.
You can also look at the Squier Vintage Modified 70 series.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch from the Squier range in itself that are great modding platforms if you're looking to mod. Yes, Chuck Booth also brought up a great point too as well too. Harley Benton.
Squier Vintage Modified, sure. See you, Soda Pop. Don't overdo it with the shoveling.
That's what I said, Rick. The Vintage Modified. In fact, the latest ones are actually are really good. Actually, at NAMM there, where Ben was, I almost called you Bear. Where Bear was, Arr!
Arr. Squier Deluxe is discontinued but available used. Gap Lover, welcome.
Yes, that's true. But yeah, basically most of the Squier series, like even the Squier Standard, is actually very good as well.
Hey, Jay, good to see you. Hello, gentlemen. Can't stay long. Got to get back to the woodshed. Dude, we're just about ready to wrap up. I did a 3.5-hour rehearsal and then jumped on doing the show later than normal. So I'm about ready to crash myself. So actually, yeah, if anybody has any last questions, ask away because, yeah, I'm fading fast. Is it me or the 2000s MIM Strats way better than the 90s? I don't know, because the originals supposedly were all the same materials as the Americans, just built south of the border. So I don't know. There's a lot of witchcraft and voodoo and rumors, and I don't know. I'm one of those. If it plays, fine. I don't care.
I can play guitar. Rick, in my research of the MIMs,
still awake.
certain years, like if you're actually looking at the pre Fender standard MIMs, you would be looking anywhere between 94 and 97. Those basically are American. They're American bodies, American necks.
And I was just thinking, I was going to buy a Mexican for modding, and I don't know which series they did it on, but I'd look for one with nitro paint. Just that way, if you want to go for the checked finish and stuff, you can. Which, fortunately, if you live in a climate like us, I just simply take the guitar and walk outside with it, and it's checked. Because you're going to have that severe temperature change right there, especially when it's like 20 below Celsius and you're doing a 40-degree change in Celsius, because you have inside it's about 20 degrees Celsius or whatever. And
yeah. Getting back to what I was saying to Rick here, answering what he was saying, the ones you want to probably avoid in the way of the MIMs are the 98 through 2000, 2001s, because that is when the new tooling went into work. So there was a lot of them kind of getting things done. So when you're looking at the MIM standard Fenders, you basically want to look at 2002 and forward.
Well, there we are. So on that note, my God, Terry has dropped enough knowledge for both of us tonight, which has been amazing because I'm pretty sure I dropped next to none. I want to thank you, dude, for jumping in and helping me co-host tonight. It was definitely a godsend.
No problem.
Hey, and that's why you're part of the team, right?
Yep. Oh, by the way, I hope everyone has liked the new vintage stamp logo that went up.
That's currently not available anymore.
Oh?
Apparently Spreadshirt didn't like that image because I went to show it to Rich and it went, sorry. I clicked on the link that you had shared and it went, sorry, that item is no longer available. So I'm going to check into that in the morning. See what's up. It could be that I uploaded it incorrectly, or maybe they put the kibosh on it. But there is a new design up, folks. Check it out, spreadshirt.ca. Links down below. There will be some Honey Badger outfit merch coming up in the next week or so. I'm also just going to put it all in the same store. So if you want some Honey Badgers merch, awesome. There's some really cool stuff that Shane came up with. He came up with the designs, so we'll put them up. Go to the bathroom before bed. If you could drop something. Yeah, thanks, Sean. And so, yeah, on that note, thanks again for everyone that tuned in. Hopefully you left a thumbs up. If you didn't leave a thumbs up, leave a comment down below and tell us why after the fact. Other than that, great having everyone here.
Yeah, it was nice to have the show up that we did.
Yeah, we'll do something Sunday. Someone will be on with me on Sunday. Thanks, Lionheart.
He will have his wits to himself better to do things.
I might even have another video out between now and Sunday. We'll see how ambitious I get. I'm just pacing myself, so there we go. So until next time, folks, hold those doors open. Let that guy in ahead of you in traffic. Do good things, and good things will happen to you because karma is real. Apparently, I'm living the dream, although this week's felt like a nightmare. So until next time, be good to each other and rock on. Cheers, folks.
Later, folks.